What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with some more Trails into Reverie. Last time, we officially liberated Crossbell once again. We were able to get Ilya back to normal after breaking the mask that was controlling her, as well as taking down the Simulacrum Rufus Alvarea, so he is as well no more. So there is technically no more threat to Crossbell itself. Except, however, can we see it from here? That thing. That thing you see off in the distance is what's currently not only threatening Crossbell, but the entire world. I forget what they're calling it in the, translation, but the Reverse Babel, I believe is what it's called. I mean, hence why it was called Project Babel. Up to this. Oh, Retributive Tower is what they're calling it. I don't know why they changed the name, because it's already called Project Babel. Like, why would you change the name to Retributive Tower? It's just, trying to make it sound smarter, I guess. But yeah. So, our heroes are going to have to find a way to get in there and put a stop to everything that's happening with that. It essentially works as a deterrent to anyone standing against whoever's in control of it. As we saw last time, they used it to completely erase from well, it wasn't erased, they destroyed it. They destroyed Yudo Naval Fortress. Thankfully, of course, no one was inside it when it actually struck. I really do feel like it doesn't have to be anyone important was in there, but when they do that, when they oh, thankfully no one was inside, it's like, okay, so their show of strength was for nothing then. You don't really feel the weight of a world-ending weapon if no one gets killed by it. But I get why they wouldn't have Aurelia or Wallace in there, because obviously those are recurring characters they don't want to get rid of. At this point, but you could have been oh, there were 20 soldiers in there that had no names and they all died. At least that is okay, there were some casualties, so we can feel that there's an actual threat. Anyways, enough about that. Obviously, we're gonna run around the city at some point to talk to everybody before enacting this plan to take down the Reverse Babel, but because there's only a few hours left before their deadline. They said at 5 p.m. it's going to strike a Calvard military facility. Now, of course, that gives plenty of time to get the civilians out of there before it's going to strike, but it is still an act of war against Calvard, and the new president of Calvard, Roy Gramhart, is not going to take this lying down. He's not going to wait until after they strike to do something. He's going to wait till as long as he possibly can, so that Crossbell can try to end this themselves. Kind of similar to how the Liber Arc situation happened. Obviously, if the Liber Arc kept going on, Erebonia was going to invade and handle it themselves. So we're dealing with a similar situation. But first, well, actually, we're gonna be going all around when we actually do that. But first, we're going back to the Reverie Corridor, because there's a new floor for us to do. So it's probably going to be a handful of videos before we actually continue with what's going on in the real world.
国来訪者たちに告げる。来訪者たちに告げる。エルシオンによるこの空間への干渉試行回数が4096に達した。
What did it just say? What is it talking about?
遮断が正常に終了するも、外界におけるエルシオンの因果率改変は危機的状況と判断。
So they obviously have no idea what it's talking about because they can't carry their memories from the outside in here.
よって制限付きなれど外界の記憶の保持を許可する。
So basically saying they're going to retain their memories. Did I understand that correctly? It's a lot to process all at once.
無限回廊イデア管理システムをブート。
Hold on. Wait, well, something just happened. Wait a sec, I know this feeling. My memories are back. Mine too. So that's what we've been training to prepare ourselves to combat. This must be the guard's way of telling us just how much stronger we'll have to be to become to triumph. Seriously though, did you have to go ahead and flip the switch on our memories while we were awake? My head's still spinning.
外界の危機的状況を打破するためには、現時点で必要と判断。エルシオンによる因果率改変は必ず阻止するべきものである。ただし、この世界での記憶を持ち帰ることは引き続き禁止とする。
That's a little disappointing. It must be the one rule I won't compromise on.
合わせて、無限回廊、第4階層への侵入を許可する。試練の果ての可能性。今こそそれを掴み取ることを期待する。
As if we have much choice in the matter, at least we finally get the big picture. That explains all the help we've been given since we were here. It was all for this. Yes, and the pivotal moment we've been training for is much closer than we thought. The threats we're up against are Elysium and the Retributive Tower. Getting those memories back also means we already know what we need to do. We're gonna stop them for Crossbell and for the entire world. Right. Damn straight we are. So long as we have time to train, I know we can turn this around. Indeed, this is our ace in the hole, and we'd be foolish not to use it. I'll back you guys up all the way. That goes for all of us. I'm raring to see what this new Stratum's got for us. Now is the time to hone our skills once more. This is our last chance to steel ourselves for the final battle. Make it count, everyone. Right. That's what they're basically telling you. It'll be your last time to train. Everyone's motivated and doing whatever they can to prepare for the final battle. I can't let myself be the odd one out. It's time I got ready too. Yep. Okay. Oh, cool. Zight's here. So what do we got? Oh, until we actually go into it, that's right. It's not going to show us how many we can get. Alright, well, everyone's been moved around. There was something I was going to say while she was going on about that. Right, the casuality they're explaining is, you know, like, messing with casuality is like what Kia did when she rewrote the timeline in Zero so that Lloyd and the others would meet Estelle and Joshua and Ren, and that changed their whole fate so that they wouldn't die. And then, of course, the same thing happened during Cold Steel 4, where the original timeline, Reen has to sacrifice himself, but in the newer timeline, the one that exists in Reverie, they were able to essentially stop that, thanks to the Holy Beast of Earth. Alright, we're gonna talk to everybody, and then we'll get started on the 4th Stratum. So, well, actually, let's do this first.
Mission の閲覧が可能。
Here we got.
新規項目を追加。
As I said at the meeting, the tower is surrounded by a powerful barrier. So in here, they're going to remember everything they do outside, but everything they do in here and everything they talk about in here, they're not going to remember when they go back out. It's still better than nothing. We also need a strategy for dealing with the large number of Hellmords and the other defenses that are protecting it. It's going to be easier said than done. I know the Prince and Thomas are making arrangements, but it's going to be a challenge. Rose and Dieter are doing the same. They said they'll have to keep whatever they have up their sleeves a secret until the operation begins. Wish I could say it makes me feel better, but it sure feels like we're leaving our lives up to complete chance like this. I understand your concern, but this isn't... What? Why is there an I there? But this isn't the first time any of us have faced towering odds. Plus, I have faith that Reen and his crew will figure something out. Well, aren't you optimistic? Yes, but I think having optimism is entirely the point. All we can do is have faith and each do what we can. Or you can do what I'm doing. Work on the assumption that we'll find a way into that thing, one way or another, and prepare yourself. And if things don't go our way, we end up meeting the guys later today, then perhaps that's just the way it was meant to be. Far be it for me to keep her waiting, but I don't think that's going to happen. We're gonna pull this off no matter what. That's right, I plan on living up to grandmother's and everyone else's expectations. Well, there you have it. You got a group of girls here. Man, you all were amazing at the Civic Center. Totally, I nearly lost focus in the middle of battle because I couldn't stop watching. You would think that was a rehearsed performance. Great job out there. It was like I was synchronizing with Ilya little by little as we were dancing. I feel a little guilty saying this, but it was so much fun that I could see anything... What? I think it's supposed to say couldn't see anything or anyone else. I'm sure Ilya felt the same way. And everyone's back to normal thanks to you. All that's left is toppling the tower. Yeah, we've already come this far, now we just gotta bust right in. That's the spirit. There's no way we can fail with everyone working together. I think that pretty much covers it. There's only just one small barrier standing in our way now. We've taken back what matters most to us. Now's the time to protect it. You say one small barrier remaining, but it's one large one. Say Lloyd wouldn't have to picked up Vantage Masters too, would you? I've been watching everyone else play for so long that fever finally bit me as well. I'm not as savant at it like Ren is, but I picked up a few pointers. You know me. I'm in it to win it, and this is no different. So what do you say? You game to go at it mano-a-mano if you have the time, Lloyd? Hard to turn down a challenge like that. You're on, Estelle. Now that's what I'm talking about. You know where to find me when you want to get down to business. I'm not going to worry about talking all the... because we're obviously not going to do the Vantage Master stuff right now. Well, let's talk... Angelica?
Yeah.
The longer I'm stuck in a confined space, the worse my cabin fever gets. I get antsy. Makes me want to hop on my orbital bike and ride off to wherever my heart takes me. Once this is all blown over, I think I'll invite everyone to join me for a nice long trip. That'll be fun. So you're the final doll that Jorg left behind in Crossbell, are you? I can truly feel his work at hand when I see you now. You got it, Wolfie Pants. Look at me. Aren't I a masterpiece? The automata he's designed for Arc and Seal are amazing, but they don't even compare. Your physical design is one thing, but even your personality is so lifelike. Indeed, Elysium is to thank for that. That AI was also behind the Supreme Leader, and perhaps even more than just him. It definitely seems to be involved with the origin of this place, at least. Now that you mention it, that voice said something about interference before her memories came back. Right. Warning to all visitors. Elysium has attempted to interfere with the space 4,096 times. These increased failed attempts prove that the interference with the laws of causality outside this space is at a critical point. There's a lot to think about, but we still don't know enough about this place to draw any conclusions. Agreed, we should focus on resolving the incident in the real world for now. We can put our heads together on figuring out this place afterward as the SSS. I'm with you there, it's going to take a team effort. You needn't ask for our help. That's the spirit. There's gotta be a reason we're all together like this. Yeah, I know we can do it. Anyone else here on the ground floor? Doesn't look like it. Got quite a number of groups around here. Oh hey, Ouroboros meet up. The Retributive Tower is unlike anything I've seen before. You don't know anything more about it, do you, Duvalie? It was very interesting to see them all here together. Obviously, the three of them were enforcers, but Duvalie's not an enforcer, she's just part of the Stall Ritter. I don't. McBurn's Simulcrum was the product of the Six Anguis acting alone. Ouroboros is involved at some level, but I couldn't say how much. It's not unlike the Azure Tree incident. The key difference being we still don't know who the mastermind behind this is. That Grizzly Grimfell said whoever it is has taken over Elysium. It doesn't sit well with me that they also took over the Rhineford military factory and misappropriated materials to build the tower. Regardless of who or what is behind this, I plan to give them their proper comeuppance alongside Lady Alisa and the others. You've really found a place where you belong, haven't you, Sharon? He's probably happy for her. I mean, they can't be that different in age, so they were probably both very young when they were in Ouroboros together. I think it's fair to say we've all changed a lot since leaving Ouroboros. What about you, Swift? Have you considered taking the opportunity to leave as well? You've been through a lot in this last year. I can't deny that, but I have a responsibility to look after the Stall Ritter. That's what my lord would want. Maybe you haven't changed after all. Yes, but that part of her has always been part of her charm. Next table. I have no idea what this trio could be talking about. So what's up, kid? You went out of your way to drag us here, so spit it out. Oh, I get it. They all have a little sister type in their life. Please stop it with the kid thing. It's just something I want to ask. Oh, okay. How are you two okay with involving the people you care about in this coming fight? What the hell? Are you stupid? Not quite the words I would have chosen, but I do believe there's been a misunderstanding. For one, your assumption that we involved them is incorrect. That isn't why Milliam fights beside us anyway. She chose this path for herself, that's all there is to it, and all there will ever be. What? It's the same with Tita. She knows what she's doing. I don't have to tell her I'll protect her these days. Tita can handle herself. Look, I get where you're coming from, but maybe try taking a look in the mirror. What do you mean? We can't pretend to know your past, nor do either of us plan to force it out of you. But maybe the answer you're looking for lies within yourself. Have you considered having more faith in yourself and your partner? Hard to believe Swin and Nadia are still only 14 years old. They have a lot weighing on them. By the way, they both say that, but they both, of course, still do worry about Milliam and Tita. The Retributive Tower's presence is terrifying, isn't it? It's even scarier to think how long it's been there without anyone noticing. Professor Schmidt and the others are currently looking into how it happened at the Castle of Mirrors. Regardless, it's clearly a weapon that surpasses anything we've seen before. We did come across signs of something massive being produced at the Rhineford military factory. To put into perspective how massive the tower is, I think only the main weapon was built at the factory. The Divine Lightning, the weapon that wiped out the naval fortress. If that thing is allowed to fire more shots than Crossbow, no, the entire continent will. We're not going to let that happen. We only have half a day in the real world. Normally, I would say it's hopeless. Right, but as long as we're here, we have as much time as we need to train and prepare ourselves. Well put, everyone. Let's do everything we can to stop this crisis that's unfurling. Yeah, time doesn't pass. They can literally spend eternity in here and just become as strong as they need to be. So this world is meant to act as a training ground to help us solve what's happening in Crossbell. What's strange to me is I should be in Arabonia right now in the real world. Even if I were to train here myself, I don't know how I'd be able to directly affect the situation in Crossbell. That's a good point. There are others here who shouldn't be able to directly participate in what's happening either. There may be something more to this then, something we haven't figured out. Though I don't think it's anything strange about all of us working together right now. Given the situation, I assumed you'd be working alongside the princess. Oh, you're right. I would have loved to have been by Reen's side to help him as well. But right now I'm focused on what I can control while I'm still in the Empire. Gotcha. You don't have to worry about Instructor Reen. I'll see to it that he's safe and sound. Let's work together in here to become stronger, even if we're separated in reality. Absolutely. Oh, hey. Hey, Reen, Rufus. Glad you managed to settle things with that imposter. We were just talking about that. He was probably the primary cause behind all the chaos. All I did was pick up the remains. Nothing more than the end result of everyone else rising up to take action. That being said, the voice we've been hearing is even more illogical than I realized. Why return our memories? Wouldn't people such as yourself, Detective, or Eustace be more cooperative if you didn't have your memories of me? Where is this coming from, Rufus? Yeah, really, I don't think that's true at all. If anything, I think having our memories back makes it easier to work with you. Does it now? He's not wrong. I'm sure Eustace feels the same way. We'll be counting on you to help what's fixing... We'll be counting on your help to fix what's happening in reality. I have no objection. Solving that crisis is merely an extension of taking responsibility for the mess I made. I couldn't tell you what may await us, but until we found our answer, I'm more than willing to continue working together. Well, there you have it. It's everyone over here. Man, Kurt's been doing a lot of training. What the heck? It's like there was a wall. I guess it's his sword. That fake we fought at the Watchtower was nothing like the real deal. Facing a swordsman of your caliber that's mastered the 8 Leaves' second form is invaluable. I suspect Green will surpass me eventually. You both should be proud as the next generation of swordsmen inheriting Erebonia's 2 signature styles. Continue to aim for greater heights. There are still several role models I wish to surpass. I'll make sure to use the trials here and in the real world to further experience. Right, which is why we'd like to continue training with the Divine Blade of Wind. It's a deal, as long as I can continue to learn from the 2 of you as well. They're training ahead of the final battle? I probably shouldn't interrupt them. Oh, can we do this one now? No. Some of these characters are still not above 123. I may be less one arm after the Great Twilight, but there's still some things I see more clearly than ever before. What a person sees during times of hardship, how they react, these are the proof of their true spirit. Now it's your turn to show me how your own spirit looks. You stand to gain much along this path, of that I am certain. Good words. Sure we could. The repercussions of Yuno's destruction are already spreading throughout the Empire. Governor Regnitz has declared a state of emergency and told all citizens to prepare to evacuate. Dad's division has gathered at Corellia Fortress as a precaution, but there's not much they can do. The meeting between my dad, Speaker McDowell, and President Gramhart basically ended with the other sides declaring non-intervention. Feels like their plan is to isolate Crossbell. What Elysium has cooked up might even be crazier than what Gramps was doing. Unfortunately so. It's proving more troubling opponent than we could have imagined. Crossbell isn't alone just yet. We have all of you here as well as several other friends and allies willing to fight. Exactly. At this point, everyone is here because they choose to be. Same is even true of those of us who were enemies during the Great Twilight. If anything, that makes me more excited to see what kind of harmony we can make now that we're all on the same page. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's put our heads together and show Elysium who's boss. We really are lucky to have made such dependable allies. Oh, Jaeger talk? We still got plenty of our plates to deal with, but at least the city's been freed. I wasn't expecting Dieter to hire Gareth and the boys, though. Who did? Hard to ignore the irony that he once hired them to attack the city. Wild. Doesn't seem like they brought Shirley with them, at least. What really caught me by surprise was the killing bear talking to some sense into the EDF. Looks like Garcia was really just one big teddy bear this whole time. I wouldn't mind talking with him about the boss once this is all over. I could stand to catch up with him too. There's still a lot I owe him for. He even helped me again through all this by making me realize something important I'd forgotten. Well, I guess the old bear's another person we can't let down. Better make sure we're ready for what comes next. I'm gonna put everything I've gained, both with the SSS and as a Jaeger, to the test and give this every drop of blood, sweat, and tears I got. Same goes for us Jaegers turned bracers. Yeah, let's go all out. This is a table full of trouble. So much for business as usual in Crossbell. Things are officially out of hand. The continent must be in chaos right about now, after the Supreme Leader's announcement and the tower popping off like that. Damn it, it's only been half a year since we handled that annoying-ass curse. Whatever's taken over Elysium was a real killjoy, you know that? Can't help but want to apologize. Crossbows caused a lot of damage for Erebonia between the first Independence incident and now this. Let's not forget Erebonia is to blame for dragging the entire continent into a war. Yeah, and I should shoulder some of the burden for that, but in a way, what's happening now is a good opportunity. There's a chance for me to pay back some of the sins I committed as an Ironblood. I've still got some debts to settle for being the one who pulled the trigger that started the war. If whatever the hell is going on is still connected to the Great Twilight, then that gives me double the reason to put an end to it. Me? I wouldn't be standing here if not for Ordine and his pals. I was literally given a second life, so I may as well do something with it. Got that, Bannings? Try not to take all the spotlight, Mr. National Hero. Leave some of the rest of us to prove we deserve to be here. Haha, you got it. This is a game that will never end. Oh dear, you got me. Or maybe not. Hey, you two, getting a game of chess in? It's just some light brain exercise we're using as a way to go over what's happening in reality. We feel like the rate things are going, the operation has a success of about 0% or so. Oof, you don't say. We're dealing with an enemy that has the ability to calculate the future itself. It'll see right through us if our plan is anything less than perfect. Things would be easier if we could just rely on the two major powers for help, but it looks like that's not going to be an option. Feels like a waste to be working this hard for nothing. I'm going to go take a nap. Come on, it's not that hopeless. The important thing is to remember that predictions and calculations aren't infallible. That's what I learned from watching the Radiant Wings cut through the seemingly endless despair of the Great Twilight. And this time we have even more powerful allies on our side. There's still hope, I know it. Yeah, there is, without a doubt. So it's up to us to keep fighting and better our chances of actually pulling it off. I could go without working harder than I have to, but sure, I'll do what I can to help out. But you know, I didn't take you as the type to be uncertain about anything, little Miss Know-It-All. There's still plenty I don't even know. A maiden's heart can be a fickle thing. Not sure what that has to do with anything, but I'll take your word for it. Alright, what's this over here? Oh, it's just a cube. We're obviously gonna be going through the next, stage. Let me bring some characters. So who do we need to level up? Muse, Nadia, Ash, Swin, Risha, Ren. Okay. So, Ash is probably kind of low. Yeah, okay. And then, what were the others? Muse, Nadia. Okay. Let's see. I'll put Muse there, I guess. I really should just try and balance out as many characters as possible, so we'll keep this front row how it is, but then the back row will work on whoever we can work on, I guess. May as well use the tree while we're here. Alright, let's head to that fourth stratum. This is going to be our final stratum before the post-game, I believe. I don't think you can go beyond 4. But I guess we'll find out. I think we'll probably go, for this video, we'll go to the midway point. then we'll get to the end next time. But oh right. I need to put on moon lens on somebody. There we go. Oh, these are the those monsters we defeated gave us the special ones. All right, there we go. Alright, well that opens up that area. Oh well, we missed that one. Let's see what we got. Hopefully I'll be able to gear everyone up by the time we go inside the reverse babble. Oh well, guess that's good enough. Turquoise palm. I forget what this one's for. It's not XP. Or even if it was, it's not a very high amount. Alright, well there's that. Gotta be one of those glowing monsters on this floor, right? I would imagine. So what, I do that and then I have to run back around, I guess? At least the ones in the back row are getting some XP. The bigger fights will really give them the bulk of it. Up here? Nope, just a chest. Cocktails. Is that everything in this area? Yep. So there is no, I guess you could have handled it that way too. You didn't have to go the long way. Oh yeah, I should open the menu and check how many there are this time around. I assume it's probably gonna be the most it is so far. Yep. 2 gold stones. Oh, let's just go here. 2 gold, 6 blue, and then 3 red. However, I'm sure most of the red ones are just more chapters than the stuff we already have. Because I don't remember any other big mini games besides what we have. Definitely don't want to fight in this electricity. Up, I see a glowy. Which means we're gonna have to fight in this. Which sucks because now we can't fight. Lovely. So what, we have to kill Laura to get this guy out? Right. Yeah, you can't. Well, I guess it does run out eventually. There's no way to get this thing out without killing your ally. Which means rest in peace all those craft points. Does yours cures KO? It does. Definitely not super interested in fighting too much in here with the electricity. Alright, there's one gold one. So that'll be another character. Alright, well, let me figure this out. Yeah, this floor we're only gonna fight what we have to. This stuff is tedious. Alright, boots. Gonna assume that's what I picked up. Oh no! It's fine. Oh, we're free! Oh, thank goodness. Oh, hey, weapon for Ash. Take it. That should be everything on this floor. So this should lead us to the halfway point, I guess? No. Okay, there's another one. Makes sense with more stuff for us to find. I'm so tired of these.
よしゲットだ
I mean, obviously the better option. Let me see. Do I have anything for paralysis? Petrify, faint, confuse, death blow, delay, poison, blind, burn. No. You know what? We'll just put this one on. Green's our heaviest hitter, so it'll be good to have him at least be able to move. Lost Genesis. Is that what do I see a door in the horizon? I think I do.
強敵だな気をつけていこう
Oh, perfect.
せや手強いぞ気をつけろ強行突破だレイジングハンマー秘技裏早手さあ崩れたここだエステル
オッケー私の番だな壮烈だ
Well, that was a lot.
まだまだいけるわ成長しちゃいました
Alright, red.
ミッション達成です
Now we get to have some fun in here for a while. Oh wow.
この世あらざる眺めだなせい
It's like it's snowy.
宝箱か
せいは気をつけろ
これは情熱的なお相手ですね
Remember, we had a side quest for these last game.
秘技裏早手
私の番だな壮烈だ
Okay.
私の番ね遅い崩れた
やる
私の番ですねあとはお願いします
任せてくれ崩した続いてくれ
心得た
やよしやはよしもうよしやったぞと
Alright, so how many are there total? So it's 6, 2, so that's 8. There's 11 total, and we've gotten 3 so far.
はは
お宝発見
Valkyrie coat. Who was that for? Let's just see. Oh, there we go.
なんだキラキラしてるぞ
この程度恐れるに足らぬ
ひ
私の番ね
俺の番だな。せいやよし、もう大丈夫だ。
Oh yeah, there's the XP.
よし、
まだまだいけるわ。
とせいせい。ほう、宝箱か。
Hot springs in the snow. This is gonna be great for Reen.
悪かね
Alright. See where the door is, but may as well look up here at these chests.
お宝発見。あの輝くの。
そこだ、チャンスだ。行くぞ。
私の番だな。そう。
俺の番だな。まだまだいける。と
お宝発見です。速攻で決める。
Yeah, Sepith Mass is what you mostly get from these guys. Great Master. And you're done.
よーし、超撃。
300 Sepith Mass, it's not bad. Alright, let's head on out. I believe we've done everything we can do here. Alright, we gotta finish exploring this floor.
せいせい。はっ、いつでもいける。
たく面倒な場所だぜ。
お、宝箱だな。
Is that everything? Yep, looks like it.
かかってきなさい。
Great.
秘技裏早
上等じゃない。私の番ね。崩れた。
手やり前引く技。よし、アークス駆動。
任せるがよい。
That works.
よーし、超撃。まだまだいけるわ。
Alright, pardon me.
これでさ。
This should definitely take us to halfway, right? Yep.
どうやら一区切りですね。
Alright, so next time we'll go ahead and fight whatever boss is going to be awaiting us here. And finish up the second half of the 4th Stratum. And once we have all of our orbs here, which we have one of each so far, so quite a few left to get. But once we do have them all, we'll turn those in and watch whatever daydreams we have to do. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.